Okay, welcome to a new episode of Questionable Treatments where we have another medical murder mystery.
Oh, it's a mystery, all right.
Presented by my wife,
Kim,
to me, Ryan, because
I hate his life.
yeah. Are you confused because I just introduced myself?
Yeah.
All right, what are we talking about?
So today we are going to be talking about a doctor that I'm not entirely sure is well known or not. Not like our last one. There was actually media coverage about him. But it was early 2000s when he was convicted. So, well, actually it was late 2000s. So I never heard of him. I mean, I was alive when he was convicted, but I never heard of him until this. So I don't know if he's well known or not. So we're talking about the poison doctor, or as he was called in residency, 00 Swango.
These guys just have a monopoly on lame nicknames, don't they?
Yeah, I felt like that one was pretty good.
00 Swango?
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
00 Bond.
Yeah.
00 meant you're a murderer. You're a secret killer.
Sure.
Swango is his last name.
Oh, yeah, it still sucks. Did he give himself that? Or did
No.
his lawyer give him that?
No. Because this was before he was well known as a killer.
Who called him that before he was a killer?
We'll get into it. So his name was Michael Swango. I think he's still alive. I don't know why I said was, but I think he was still alive. So Michael was born on October 21st of 1954 in some town in Washington. During my research, there was like 5 different towns named in Washington. Washington was the only thing that they agreed on.
Okay.
Fort Lewis seemed to be the most logical because his father was in the military.
Okay.
So moved
somewhere in Washington, probably Fort Lewis.
Yes. Fort Lewis seemed to be the most logical out of all of the ones that were named.
Yeah.
So they moved around a lot, but settled in Quincy, Illinois in 1967.
Oh.
Yeah.
How quaint.
Yeah. This was because his father was discharged from the military. His father had PTSD from the wars he fought in and turned to alcohol to deal with the symptoms, making him leave his family behind, then later died in 1982, most likely from cirrhosis. This did not change Michael's view of his father, as he would talk to others about his father in a favorable light. He went to an all-boys Catholic school, which is part of the public school system of Notre Dame High School, but was raised Presbyterian.
What? How do you go to a Catholic school that's part of the public school system?
I don't know. That's just what my research said.
We went into our friend's private backyard, which is also a state park.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
There's a lot of different articles.
Conflicting information.
That were very conflicting. Yeah, they all agreed that he went to a Catholic school system, which was part of or broken off from.
Yeah,
the
broken off from the public schools. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. Somehow it's related to the public school system.
Is that relevant?
To him.
So no.
No. But what is weird is he was raised Presbyterian, but he went to a Catholic school.
Well, are there Presbyterian schools?
I don't know.
There are Catholic schools. Like, that's a thing. They're real common all over St. Louis.
Yeah.
And I think whether you're religious or not, that's where you want to send your kids.
Yeah, but the thing about it is they pretty much force religion whether you want it to be forced or not.
Yeah.
And I'm not a religious person.
Yeah, but they're not necessarily teaching stuff that you would find objectionable.
No.
I don't want my kids to think that murder's wrong.
It's
Murder's
not
my
that.
favorite thing.
It's not that. It's because we would have a bunch of kids. I went to a career center when I went to high school, and we had a bunch of kids from a Catholic school, and they would come in with the ash cross on their forehead from some event thing.
Ash Wednesday?
Yeah, that. And I'm not a religious person. I don't necessarily think that you're that much of a religious person either.
No.
I wouldn't want that to be done to my child.
The sign of the cross with the ash?
It's a form of religion that I just don't want it done, you know?
Huh.
If I was that much of a religious person, that's fine.
Well, it's not that you're that much of a religious person. Like, the sign of that is just a thing that they do once a year. It's part of the celebrations after Easter.
Yeah, but I still wouldn't want it.
You don't have to have it done.
But that's what I'm kind of trying to get at.
Or you could just leave and, like, wipe it off.
That's true, but...
It's just Catholics usually leave it. They leave it alone, let the ash brush off on its own. When I worked, I've worked for big corporations, and on Ash Wednesday, usually the older people that I worked, when I was in my early 20s, these were guys that were like late 40s, early to mid 50s would come in with those. Like they had gone to church in the morning and gotten that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, I think religion is bad, but.
Well, that's interesting. That might be something to unpack later.
Yeah, I do. I don't think believing in a certain thing is bad. I just think religion in general
Organized
is bad.
religion is bad?
Organized religion is bad, yes.
I could see that. I mean, that was the point of the movie Dogma.
Yeah.
Which is a comedy that I'm sure you've never seen based on the way you just looked at me.
Nope. But we're breaking away from
our
topic.
Yeah. Can't find a Presbyterian school, settled on Catholic, traditional old Catholic. Liked his father, favorable view of his father who was an alcoholic, suffering from PTSD, and left his family.
Yes.
Do we know why he left his family? Like why that drove him to do that? Did he just think that he was a burden on his family, so he left? Because that would be kind of...
I think he was pushed out because he was a mean drunk.
Okay. Because it's either he's the problem and he had to leave because he was you gotta go. Or it could be one of those things where he recognized that he is a problem or a danger.
I doubt it. But yeah, he was a mean drunk, so I think he was kind of kicked out by his mother.
By his own mother or by his wife?
His wife.
Mother of subject.
Michael. Yes, that's what I meant. So Michael was praised by his teachers and classmates for being very bright while also being on the school council yearbook committee and worked on the school paper. He also played in the marching band for the public school system, Notre Dame High School. And he played clarinet.
Show off.
He graduated high school valedictorian. Good Lord. And got a musical scholarship to Millikan University in Decatur, Illinois. Or, as some pronounce it, Decatur.
Decatur?
Decatur. And not Decatur, because that's how it's spelled.
Oh, Decatur.
Decatur.
Okay.
And I'm calling it that from now on.
Who called it Decatur?
Some European person who was doing like a 66 route trip. And it takes him through Decatur.
Okay.
And they called it Decatur.
Decatur.
And it sounds like a dinosaur, and I love it.
It's pretty cool, yeah. I actually like that a lot.
Yeah, I was like, Decatur, for now, ever calling it that. So he studied at the university for 2 years, but left to join the Marines, because he wanted to be just like his father. He spent 2 years in the Marines before he was honorably discharged to continue his schooling.
Not because he played the clarinet and got bullied.
No. So I can't find an exact reason why he left. I don't know if it was actually to start school or if he started school because he was kicked out,
Or he might have wanted to leave, so he asked to leave to go to school or whatever.
Yeah, nothing would tell me.
Okay.
He had decided in the military he was not wanting to have a musical career, but actually wanted to be a surgeon. Neurosurgeon, to be exact.
Was a musical career what he was going for?
Musical career is what he got a scholarship for.
Oh.
So he
was in the Marines.
He went to a music university.
None of this makes any sense. This guy has a very meandering life path so far.
Yeah. He enrolled in community college in Quincy, where he graduated after completing his gen eds, then transferred to Quincy College, but is now known as Quincy University. While he was at these colleges, he got his paramedic registration and worked at the Quincy Fire Department as a paramedic. Many of his coworkers, though, thought he was weird at the time and were thankful when he left. He graduated Quincy University summa cum laude, so very smart, and with his undergraduate in 1979 after winning the American Science Society Award.
So this guy's a super high achiever. Like the stuff when he was a kid I could accept as just being, there were no phones. I was thinking about that not too long ago, the stuff that I used to do when I was a little kid. Like I would just learn stuff, I'd read stuff, I'd figure things out. Like I first got into computers because my dad gave me his old one and I was like, I'm just gonna take it apart and see what's in there, like see if I can figure out what this stuff does, which you can't really just by looking at it, but it's how I got interested. And then when he came home, it's like, hey, what are these? Or what are these pieces I pulled apart, but or like a lot of great authors kind of wrote their stuff because they were just like stuck somewhere because of weather or they didn't have anything else to do.
Now
We're all, we've all got a PS5 or an Xbox, a phone, whatever. Anyway, he's not just a busybody. This guy's apparently
an overachiever.
Actually super smart and just can't stop.
So this is the part that I think we'll both find very interesting because we almost went to the same school. After graduating, he transferred to Southern Illinois University School of Medicine,
Oh, okay.
where he did his first year in Carbondale and then moved to the Springfield location to finish the program. This is normal.
Okay, so he almost went to Edwardsville, but wound up going to Carbondale.
So if you're doing the medicine route, if you did SIUE, you would do your undergraduate program there. And then you would transfer to Carbondale for the actual School of Medicine to get your doctorate.
Oh, okay.
And then
Is it a Okay, whatever.
I think it's technically a doctorate because you're graduating MD. So you do your first year in Carbondale, then you move to Springfield to finish.
Yeah, so you go SAUE, SAUC to SIU.
Yes, SIUSM.
Okay, that's confusing. All right, cool.
Well, we never said SIU
That's
was
less,
good.
That's less meandering and more just how that works.
Yes, that's how that worked. In medical school, he passed all of his classes with flying colors. He was very competitive, so he would do anything possible to be ahead of the group.
Uh-oh.
Even though he did not have a hard time with schooling, there was one class he failed. OBGYN. I guess he really did not like women's vaginas or babies.
Good Lord.
He would not show up to class or do any of the work for the class.
Okay.
But the kicker was he would make up case files like he saw patients that didn't even exist.
Huh. Okay, so yeah, just not wanting to do it.
Yeah. I clearly did not like women.
I thought it was going to be like he's just confused and doesn't know what he's doing in that particular class.
So you have to do this. This is part of the rotations. You have to do rotations in every field. My thought is most men who are not gay enjoy the female anatomy. Do you not enjoy it anymore after your OBGYN
I wouldn't think so.
round? Like that I find very weird. And then my other thought is if you are a male in OBGYN, which I love my doctor's a male. He's the only one that ever actually listened to me. How do you have kids? Because I feel like, I already don't like vagina. I'm as straight as a board. But if I was a man or a woman, a gay woman at that point, I feel like I would not want to look at another vagina if my whole day is spent looking at vagina. And not even cute ones either.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. This is something I think about every time I go to the doctor.
What kind of thing is this to think about? No, just no to all of it. No. No.
It's what I think about whenever I go to the doctor.
I don't think any male doctor or lesbian doctor ever went being like, ooh, I get to do this all day. Because if you get somebody you want to look at, that's awkward and weird and you're a pervert. But 90%, like Jesus Christ, I don't even know how I'm supposed to justify what I'm saying. Like, do you think that you want to see what's coming in? No, you don't want to see it. Think about a lot of people you know. Would you want to see their junk? No. You don't want to handle it. That's why he gets paid so much. If it was a good job, if it was like, ooh, I get to come to work, like, ooh, what do I get to do today?
Maybe I'll ask him the next time I see him.
You should be paying them to do the job. But no, the 1,000-pound sisters, they have an OB. That guy earns his money.
But my question is, why would you pick that for starters? And I'm glad if you did, because men are the only ones who actually listen to women in the OB field because they don't know.
So we've met, I don't know any doctors. I know a couple lawyers. And it's either, the only paths are wanted to do something that made money. Somebody in your family pushed you into it because they wanted you to do it, or they do it and you need to follow in their footsteps. Or something bad happened and you saw how messed up the legal field can be and you want to try to help people. And I feel like probably the medical field is a similar thing.
Oh, 100%.
Like so it might just be that they want to do that to help people. Like they're somebody in their family, an aunt, a grandmother, a mother, whatever, spouse, whatever, had some kind of gynecological issue that wasn't caught. And they're like, well, I want to do better than what's happening. I don't like the smile on your face.
But how can you go home and have sex? Because I'd be like, enough vagina for today. Thank you. And then my wife would come on the weekend, try to have more sex and be like, I've seen enough vagina for the rest of my life.
Seeing it is, what do you...
That's
you
part
know
of
it's
OB.
more than just looking at it, right?
Yeah, I know.
You know, like how we had Rose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's still something that runs through my brain.
Yeah, no, this is a non-issue. I mean, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm totally asking my doctor why he picked
I'm
it.
sure he has like PTSD flashbacks to some of the stuff he's seen.
Oh, every doctor has PTSD flashbacks of some things that I've seen. I've seen things that I will never unsee.
Yeah, and I'm sure they have too. But I'm sure for the most part, they're just trying to do a good job and help people and whatever. And maybe they were pushed into, maybe it was one of those, maybe it's like a self-perpetuating thing. Like
I'm asking my doctor next time I see him.
Like you have found through your experience, and you've been told by other people that male OBs are preferable to female ones.
Oh, from my own experience, male OBs are preferable.
Then maybe that's just something that they know.
Yeah, well,
Like
if you're
you want
in
to be a
med school,
doctor in demand and you're a female, don't be an OB because patients will prefer the males.
If you're in the U.S. and you're thinking of being a doctor and you're a male, please go into OB because you're the only ones that actually listen to us.
It is odd though because I wanted a male doctor when I was finding my primary. I wanted a male, and I wanted one like kind of around my age, a little bit older than me. Just because I want him to just have experienced the thing I'm going through, right? Like, oh, I have this pain or this thing is happening, and he'd be like, oh, me too. That's normal-ish, right? Mm-hmm. Whereas you said that female OBs are just mean and rough.
Oh my God.
They're like, get over it.
Basically, if you have anything wrong and it's a female gynecologist or obstetrician, we'll just say OB because I can't say that word. They're basically like, that sucks. And they don't do any testing for it. So many women have PCOS and don't even know because female OBs and gynecologists will not test them for it because they're like, that's just how life works.
All right, we are way off topic once again.
We are.
So he just straight up didn't show up for his OB class.
Yes. Didn't show up.
Not that he just doesn't understand it.
Yeah.
Like, where does the speculum go? I don't understand.
So he's doing rounds in hospitals, okay?
Did I get that word right? Speculum?
Speculum, yeah.
Yes. I learned stuff.
So during his time at SIUSM, he would have to do hospital rounds. He would have to go and see patients, and then a doctor would come in behind him and make sure that everything he said was correct. This is how it was called that he was making up patients.
Oh, because they go to verify?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
This is where he got the name 00 Swango. Because many of the patients Michael saw would be fine one day. He would go in, see them, and then be dead within the hour.
I don't associate... Okay, that's fine. I just don't associate Bond with being an assassin.
Well, he's supposed to be.
I mean, I know somebody's always killing somebody, and that's what the 00s are for. Mm-hmm. But in the original books, it was like a big deal if he had to just... There's like... I remember one book, I think A View to a Kill might have been it, where he has to like murder somebody premeditated. Not like a life or death, gotta escape this kind of thing, but just, I have to sit here with a rifle and kill somebody. And he... Like, I think in that book, he was like getting drunk a little bit, and somebody who was with him was like, you sure you should be doing that? He's like, do you want to be the one to kill him? Because this is what I'm doing to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway.
But he intentionally seemed to be killing people.
I guess it was too early to call him the Terminator.
Yeah. A little too early. This was 1979.
Yeah, so that's
later.
A good Bond period.
Yeah. So he was about to get kicked out of the program.
Yeah, and it's before Bourne and all that too. Okay. Well, either way, whatever.
He was about ready to get kicked out of the program, but there was one professor.
Professor?
Professor?
Oh, excuse me, Professor. May I murder, Professor?
His pathology professor.
Oh, Professor. Oh.
Decided he needed another chance because everyone deserves a second chance in life. Boy, did he fuck up.
Also, yeah, probably, based on the fact that you're saying that. I don't know the story yet, but probably. But also, if I had a student, like if I was a professor and I had a student who just kicked ass at everything and had this one problem, is the second chance because of the OB class? Mm-hmm. Okay, not because of the suspected murder? Mm-mm. Okay, yeah. If they just flunked one class... Like I had a professor, I'm sure. I know in high school I had a teacher be like, hey, is everything cool? Like, why are you not doing well at this math? I was like, because I fucking hate it. They're like, oh. I was like, but fine, I'll try. So I could see them being like, hey, this guy usually does really well at stuff.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah. Well, he apparently hated OBGYN rounds too. So that was a mistake on his part. Michael graduated after having to spend an extra 9 months working on the OBGYN course he needed to pass, with extra coursework and extra rounds on OBGYN that were heavily monitored. All of the classes in med school are not letter grades. They are pass-fail.
Interesting.
So you have to try really hard to fail it. Because if you show up, do the work, and you see patients and do well enough, you pass it. Some doctors
That's
are
a little
idiots.
scary to know, yeah.
Some doctors are idiots.
Like, what was it? George Carlin said somewhere in the world is the world's worst doctor. Mm-hmm. And somebody probably has an appointment to see him tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's a scary thing to think about.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
I'm pretty sure I seen the medical office where that was supposed to be. I think we talked about it in the last episode.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was concerning. After graduating SIUSM, Michael applied to many residency programs across the country, but had difficult finding a place because he had an unfavorable recommendation letter from SIUSM.
What's that mean? Unfavorable? Like, just not a good recommendation, or they're recommending against him?
They're recommending against him.
Oh, I thought, okay. Didn't know that was an option.
Yeah, so they had, the rumors that he killed people. He didn't try in OBGYN, because he didn't like it. So they're like, maybe don't let him become a doctor.
Was it? Okay, keep going.
So when you graduate, you get your student license.
Yeah.
So that way you can get into a residency program and practice medicine.
Right.
After you're done with your
residency.
residency.
Talking about Gosnell, there was that one guy who couldn't get a residency.
Yeah. So after residency, your student license lasts, I think, somewhere around like 7 years, which is like the longest program there is, I think. After residency, you apply and you take a test and you get your actual medical license. You get your MD. So he just has a student license right now, and he's trying to find a residency program. He found one. Columbus, Ohio, at the Ohio State University Hospital.
Columbus, Ohio.
They made a mistake.
Yeah.
He was starting the surgery internship that was supposed to last a year, then go into the 4-year residency program for neurosurgery, which he started. He started the internship July of 1983. While Michael was in the internship, he was just learning how to be a surgeon, so he had not worked on anybody's brains yet, thankfully. But in the middle of the year, Michael was barred from ever going back and finishing the residency program through Ohio State University. There was no reason given on the letter Michael received, but record shows because his charts were slovenly.
Slovenly.
Is it slovenly?
Slovenly.
Oh.
I've been called slovenly before.
Have you?
Yeah. I went to a Catholic school. I was a slovenly boy. Meaning messy.
There you go.
Like sloppy.
Yeah, sloppy.
Yeah, my handwriting was really bad, so slovenly is the
still
term
is. What do you mean was?
Well, it was before I started typing everything.
Uh-huh. I need a decipher code in order to read any letter you write me.
Well, that's why I type them.
Yeah.
When I have a note, when I'm overcome, and I write you a note, I type it, and I print it, and then I sign my name.
You did help me read doctor handwriting, because I had to learn to decipher your handwriting, so now I can read doctor handwriting. Thank you. I should thank you for that. So he was not asked to return because his charts were sloppy. He was writing down things that didn't happen. He's not writing down things that did happen.
Not just poor records, like
he's
fraudulent records.
Fraudulent records. While he was at the Ohio State University Hospital, there was a nurse that reported Michael injected something into the IV of a patient who later died. The report was basically dismissed to the nurse being paranoid, but there was an investigation done in 1984, but he was cleared of all suspicion.
Paranoid.
And we can say investigation as loosely as possible. They barely looked into it.
Right. He probably didn't do that.
Yeah, they just swept it under the rug. Now, I do want to note that many of his coworkers got sick while he was at OSU.
With?
Stomach illness and stuff. And we're going to find out a little bit later because he doesn't just do it to these people. But there are at least 6 confirmed deaths associated with Michael at OSU. He admitted to one, the one that the nurse saw him inject something into the IV.
How are the 6 confirmed then? Just proven, like convicted?
Proven, not convicted, proven because they were healthy, they were fine, they were getting better. He goes in to see them, they die.
Okay. All right.
But at least in Ohio, there's estimated of somewhere in the tens, but at least 6 are confirmed. So after his first and final year at Ohio State, Michael moved back to Quincy, Illinois, where he worked as a paramedic again at the same company he was at before. Boy, did his coworkers think they were getting rid of him. And he showed back up like cancer.
Yeah, I can identify like with that feeling, just thinking that somebody's gone and then they show back up.
While he was working as a paramedic, his coworkers started to get severely ill after consuming anything Michael would bring to work or from food that would be left in the presence of him with no one around.
See, I'm thinking of an episode of like House where they would think that something was happening and then House would be like, oh, actually, you have this disease described in ancient Babylonian text that we can decipher through this method, and you actually are emitting this rare gas that is making everybody so like it would be not on purpose.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about that show. I never watched much of it, but it's always like, oh, you're not actually cheating on your wife, that you have this symptom. It's this other thing, or, you know, whatever. There's one where like a woman ends up being a dude or something like that. Like there's some rare genetic thing where she's mostly female, but she has balls instead of ovaries or something.
Yeah, that can happen.
Yeah, and it's just like the most improbable and dramatic stuff. That's totally what this is making me think of.
Yeah.
Or an episode of Elementary.
And then there can also be men where their testes don't descend. Mm-hmm. So they basically have ovaries. Yeah, that's a possibility. Okay, so many of the coworkers would get severe diarrhea, severe stomach cramping, fever, vomiting, nausea, feel dizzy, some would faint, you know. Big stuff.
So is this a lot or just notable because it happens only when he's around?
It happens only when he's around, every time he's around.
So it's like as soon as he's back, every day everybody's sick.
Every day that he's there, yeah. Yeah, one of his coworkers
How long does it take them to put this together?
So he went there in 84, and it was the end of 84. So he left in, I think, June of 84 and went back to Quincy. And in October 84 is when everything kind of hit ahead. So not long at all.
So say that again. He went back to Quincy in early 84?
June of 84.
And started working there again?
Yes.
How long had he worked there before?
A couple years.
And was this happening back then?
I don't know.
So they didn't mention it back then?
No, they just said that. He comes
back and it starts happening?
Yes, they just mentioned that he was weird.
Okay.
So all of his coworkers were being sick. If there was so this is something they noted when he first worked there, and it's still happening now, is whenever there was a bad call, he wanted to be on it. So
bad
if a
call,
guy,
meaning of serious.
Yeah, if a guy got run over by a train, he wanted to be on that, like his legs were chopped off or something. If a guy got hit by a car and was really disfigured, he wanted to be on that call. He wanted to see, when he first came back, he goes, I really want to see a guy who was dismembered from a car accident. And that was
I want to see that?
Yeah, he said, I want to see that.
Was it, you keep saying guy, was it, I mean, I know guys are probably more likely to be in these sorts of accidents. Is there a gender preference?
No.
Given his aversion to the OB class?
No. The female that died in Ohio was. So
we're just saying OB. So we're just saying guy
as a general
gender
person.
Neutral.
Yeah.
The way we do.
Yeah, I say bro for everybody, even though it's a male
or female. Yeah.
Thing. I say it for everybody. Everybody's bro to me.
Right.
Same as guy. Guy is referencing every person that is not someone I know.
Right. Guy, man, and bro are gender neutral.
In this house, at least. So that's him. He's weird. People keep getting sick around him. Okay. Gotta go back to where I was. Many of the coworkers thought the beverages and foods were sweeter than they were before or usually. So there is one case of this paramedic, I think it was actually a man, made unsweet tea at work. They left the room, but as they were leaving, Michael went in there. When they came back from a call, they drank the unsweet tea, and it tasted like there was sweetener in it. They all got sick who drank it. So that's just like what is going on.
Yeah.
After a complaint was made, there was a report made to the Quincy police. So a complaint was made to the chief. The chief called the police about the poisoning, and there was so after the tea thing, let's just start over. Okay, the tea thing happened.
Where are we starting over?
To the tea thing.
Back to everybody got sick after drinking the sweet tea.
Yeah. Okay. The unsweet tea that tasted sweet.
Okay.
One of the coworkers was walking into the locker room where all the stuff was, and Michael's bag was just sitting out and open, and she found ant poison in his bag.
Ant poison.
Ant poison, which is usually a sweeter to draw the ants in.
Oh, like the stuff in the little bait things.
Yeah.
We get during this. Okay.
Yeah. And she's like, that's strange. That's how the report is made to the chief.
Okay.
So now a report is made to the chief. The chief calls the police. So now the police are involved. And Michael is investigated, which caused Adams County Police to call the OSU police officers and the Franklin County Police to help investigate his past while he was there. So this happened somewhere around the time when he got arrested, because he was arrested in Quincy. I don't know entirely if it was before or after, but this opened an investigation for the police into the strange deaths. But there was no true
mysterious deaths.
Yeah, there was no evidence that he actually caused it.
Right.
So no charges were brought against him for that. But they looked through a storage unit and found a bunch of guns and gun magazines and bullets and everything else, which was strange.
Odd.
Yeah. But there's no evidence that he did it.
Right. And none of them that they're looking into were killed with guns.
Yeah. But around this time when the investigation got out, it was actually 1985. The law dean for OSU wrote a very lengthy, very hostile letter, an article to the dean of the the hospital, the residency program.
Oh, okay.
Basically, y'all severely fucked up by not actually looking into him, and you should have looked into him, and I don't know why you didn't contact the police about this.
The dean of the medical school?
The dean of the law school found out about the case and contacted and wrote a letter.
Oh, so this is within the education system.
Yes.
He's like, you could have kicked this guy out and you didn't?
You could have called the police and he could have been arrested for this, and you didn't do shit about it. You swept it under the rug. Basically what happened. And they're like, now look what fucking happened. You know?
That was a public letter?
It was an article after he wrote the letter to the head of the...
He wrote the letter but then also published it.
Yeah. So that's just a weird little side note. See, do you see how this is so very confusing, because a bunch of different things happen all at once.
But this is one where it seems a little less egregious than some of the others. Like we were talking about, there will be these cases where everybody knows what's happening and nobody does anything.
Yeah.
The police are like, oh no, we showed up and this person had 5 giant welts on them and their wrists appear to have been bound, but the police decided everything was fine. Yeah. And left. And how could, if only somebody had called us that there was something going on and somebody was being held against their will, we would have been able to save them.
There's definitely some people who are in the pocket of other people. But this case is definitely nobody talking. This sounds a little bit more, This sounds a little bit more like he's a little weird everywhere he goes. And when you look at the whole picture, it's real bad. He's a lot like Ted Bundy because he's very charming.
I really don't know anything about Bundy.
Bundy is a serial killer.
I'm not into murder.
He's a serial killer from the Washington area.
Mm-hmm.
With the orcas and stuff.
Yeah, Puget Sound.
And right? Yeah, he was very charming. He was able to convince women to go back to his house with him. And he killed people.
We did.
He killed the women and buried them in forests and stuff.
We did watch a documentary about this, didn't we?
Yeah, Zac Efron was the actor for Ted Bundy. Which was very good. They both looked very similar until Zac Efron had something happen to his chin and he got big chin.
Yeah, now he has this giant square jaw.
Yeah, which is not sexy at all.
He looks like
no, that was not
Brock
sarcastic.
Lesnar.
Yeah.
the MMA fighter or whatever with the big square cinder block head.
They're comparing him to the short guy from Shrek.
Lord Farquaad.
Yeah, that's who they're comparing him to.
Yeah. Is that what that haircut's from? I've seen something where he has the Farquaad haircut, I thought.
It's not because of that. I think he just got it. But whatever. We're
Tangent City.
Yeah, today's just tangents. Okay. So, no charges in Ohio. Michael was arrested on October 26th of 1984 in Quincy.
For
poisoning.
For poisoning?
For poisoning, yeah.
2 years after he was reported to the police.
No, he started there June of 1984.
Right.
He was arrested October 26th of 1984.
Oh, I thought you just said 85.
No, 84. 85 is when the lawyer, the dean of law office, wrote that letter. There was a search completed on his house after Michael gave his consent, where the police found what looked to be a science lab full of poisons and ingredients to make homemade poisons like ricin.
Ricin.
Is it ricin? Botulism?
Botulism?
No, botulism. 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 Some poison.
Maybe that's pronounced I don't know.
And supersaturated cyanide.
Hold on. What is botulism?
Potentially fatal illness caused by botulinum toxin, which is produced by the bacterium Clostridium botulinum. Do you want me to keep
How does it spell?
Botulism.
Yep.
So I've never seen that written before, apparently.
Yeah.
I've heard that word.
I've heard it too, but I've never seen it written.
See, I know ricin because I've read like spy novels and stuff where it comes into play.
Yeah.
As a covert assassination sort of poison.
But botulism, so he's using bacteria, I guess.
Yeah, apparently.
And then he also makes supersaturated cyanide, which is also an almond taste.
That sounds like a Muse song.
Doesn't it?
Supersaturated cyanide.
It sounds like something out of Mary Poppins.
Yeah, something they would sing. All right.
Yeah. Michael was released on bond and was told he was not allowed to leave the area, but Michael applied to and got a position at National Emergency Services, which supplied ER doctors to many hospitals, but Michael only worked at one in northern Ohio.
So I'm confused. Did he finish his residency?
No, he didn't even start his residency.
So he's still practicing under the student license?
Yes.
Is he working towards a full medical license, or is he just...
He tries throughout his whole life to stay within a residency program to get his actual MD license.
Okay, so he's just kind of like, technically right now I can do this.
Technically, yeah. But nobody talks to each other.
So nobody's even verifying that he's not a legit MD.
Yeah. Now it's easy to, search and everything. Before you actually had to call people.
Right.
And nobody did that.
Yeah, that was a huge thing in the Kevin Mitnick biography. That you could just, like, a big part of his social engineering approach was to figure out people in the organization, like find an org chart, find real names and phone numbers and stuff, and that somebody might recognize, like kind of tangentially, like here's somebody in an office that's nearby. The odds of the person I'm calling and this person knowing each other well aren't great, but they might recognize the name, and even if they don't, if they look it up and see it on an org chart, they're probably not going to investigate any further. Mm-hmm. They're not going to or a lot of the time he was saying people will just trust. Mm-hmm. Oh, phone number looks like one of ours, like it has the right prefix. This is probably fine.
Yeah. Our next episode.
Even now with the internet, like specifically in an IT related field, people kind of do the same thing.
Yeah. The next episode's really going to show how this all plays into effect with everything. But right now, we're just talking about all of this stuff leading up to the next episode. So he works in Ohio and was found out when Michael called founder of the National Emergency Services Corporation or whatever, Robert Haller, as a character witness. That's dumb, wasn't it? You're not supposed to leave the state because you're about ready to be on trial.
Yeah.
You're on bond.
Yeah.
Can't leave the state.
So you get a job in another state.
And then you call the founder who hired you as a character witness.
So you hire the proof that you violated the terms of your, bail?
Yeah, bail, bond, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, whatever. It's not like probation, but...
Yeah. Because you have
terms of your release,
to your...
I guess.
You have your terms of bond.
Yeah.
So...
That's cool.
Yeah. Now he's not allowed to be anywhere other than jail while the hearing was going on.
You're not allowed to be anywhere but jail. I want to see Judge Kimbo.
I'd be like, you look suspicious. Prison.
You're going to fucking jail, Mike. That's this guy's name, right? Mike?
Michael, yeah. Because he fled the state once, he'll do it again. While on trial, Robert testified and made it known he would hire Michael again if it were up to him, even if he was convicted. But the knowledge of the public and the hospital who were contracted their company services and stuff did not find that very appropriate.
I mean, the hospital that hired the EMS service that Robert ran.
Yes.
Okay.
Did not find that very, very
It sounded like you're having a stroke while you're trying to read that.
Yeah, because one line's going this way, the other line's going this way, so I'm trying to figure out what words go together.
Okay.
It's very strange.
Are you slovenly?
this page is, because it's normal in the next page. Okay, so Robert made a note that he would hire him again even if he was convicted, but can't because, it's not appropriate.
Yeah.
Michael was, in fact, found guilty of felony aggravated battery for 6 of the 7 poisonings he was convicted of, or he was charged with. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison, but only served 2.5.
Why?
Good behavior. Now, I want to point out...
Oh, yeah, he's a good boy. Everybody got sick around him, which is kind of weird, but he seems all right.
Now, I want to point out, Michael got married while he was in prison.
To who?
To Robin Fairbanks.
A female? Mm-hmm. Didn't you say that he didn't like females?
And he had a baby.
While in prison?
Well, kind of. Okay, so he married Robin in 1986 and had a baby girl in September of 1987. Now, Michael was in prison from August of 85 to August of 87. I don't know where the half a year comes in because that's exactly 2 years, but whatever. Well, that might have been time served during the trial.
Oh, yeah, that could have been. When they said, you can't be nowhere but prison.
Yeah, jail.
Or however you put it.
Can't be nowhere but jail.
Jail.
Because they do that. They do time served.
Yeah.
So...
I'm just making fun of the way you said it.
So...
Because it was great.
Let's see if you can make that make sense. I know the answer, but I want to see if you can come up with the answer.
I don't have a question yet.
How while Michael was in prison was he able to get married and have a child?
Conjugal visits? Do they
Those
do
are
marital
so
visits?
heavily monitored it wouldn't have been possible.
Really? Mm-hmm. What do you mean they're heavily monitored? They watch you going at it?
The visits
aren't conjugal visits to have sex?
I guess, but I don't know.
Hold on. What is a conjugal visit?
A conjugal visit is a scheduled period in which an inmate of a prison or jail is permitted to spend several hours or days in private with a visitor. This is from Wikipedia.
Well, thank you.
No, that ain't it.
Because I thought conjugal visits were sexy time visits. That's how every TV show ever has framed them.
That's not it.
Okay. Was it a guard?
No.
Was it another prisoner?
No.
Okay. Was it his lawyer?
You're thinking too inside the prison.
Well, how would he have done it outside the prison while he was in jail?
Prison. He was in prison. There's a difference.
I know.
Michael was part of a program
because
he was in a low security prison.
Was this the thing where they let him out to work?
Yes.
What was he doing for work?
I don't know.
Doctor shit?
Apparently. They didn't tell me what he did for work, just that he was able to get out. And that's where he met Robin. And
so the guy who became a Marine, learned the clarinet, did all this other shit, had enough time while he was on work release to be a stalker at Walmart to have a family. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of energy from back in the day when you'd have another family, a secret apartment and a secret family. Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah. This is about when I started.
That's a lot of commitment. This guy has zero chill. There are no days off for this dude. Every chance he gets, anytime food is around him, he's poisoning it. He gets 5 seconds out of the prison, he's got a wife.
Yep. In another 5 seconds, he's got a kid.
He's like, oh, hey, what's up? Oh, hi. Have you worked here long? No, I'm actually serving a prison sentence for poisoning people. I'm a doctor without an MD. Isn't that, that's my story. And she's like, some chick was like, yeah, that I know what I'm about.
I dig that. I mean, these were the hippie days.
I'm into this.
Some of the hippie days.
I don't think they were the hippie days.
No, the 60s were the hippie days, but the hippies came back in the 80s. Because of the investigation by the police and them finding out that Michael was convicted of 6 of the 7 poisonings, Ohio revoked his medical license from his medical board. His student license, gone in Ohio.
Okay. Does he continue to work as a doctor and nobody knows that he lost his license because nobody bothers to check?
Oh, he lost his license in Illinois, too. So Illinois and Ohio, he doesn't have it. That doesn't mean that's the only place he's going. Yeah, because
that's where he was, Quincy and Ohio.
Yeah.
I'm saying he's going to go somewhere else.
Oh, yeah. You know how this man rolls now.
Is it going to be someplace else I've been to? Because this has been weird so far.
You're following
Seattle, Columbus, and we've been to Quincy, right?
No, we just know where it's at.
We've driven through it or something.
Yeah, we drove through it. When my Santa Fe had that engine problem, we drove through it.
That's right, we did, yes.
Yeah, we drove through it, whatever you want to say. When Michael got out of prison, he got into a residency program for internal medicine at University of South Dakota, where he tried to hide his criminal record, but was found out anyway.
Nope, never been to South Dakota, so he broke the streak.
Yeah, and he was dismissed a year later when his criminal criminal record was found out through a televised recount of an investigation in his attempted murder in Illinois. So this is a 2020 segment. I don't know if you've ever heard of 2020, but it was an ABC segment that they would do.
Yeah.
And it was about, like big news. This was big news.
Isn't it comparable to 60 Minutes?
Yeah, it's basically before 60 Minutes became a thing, I think.
Yeah.
They might have been on at the same time. I don't know. But basically, 60 Minutes would do one thing and have a whole segment on it.
Yeah, it'd be an hour-long thing about
20
one
minutes
topic.
was...
Well, 2020, you said.
2020 would be little segments of different things.
Oh, okay. So 2020 might be 20 topics in 20 minutes?
Probably, yeah.
Like a short rapid fire?
Yeah. But yeah, so they did a little thing on him.
So they're like the opposite.
And this is how he was found out.
It's the NFL red zone of news.
Yes, yeah.
You get just the highlights.
Yep. God, I hate the highlights. Whenever I try to look up a fucking game that went on that tries to give me the highlights, I'm like, fuck you. So I would hate 2020. This is what is speculated but not confirmed. After this, Michael was dismissed from the program in 1988. Around this time, Robin and Michael were separated but not divorced.
Did Robin know that he was a prisoner? Do we know anything about that relationship?
Yes, because they had to get permission from the prison.
Okay,
to get married.
So it wasn't like
news to her. No.
Yeah, like I mean, there were people I was very good friends with in school or at different jobs where I never saw them outside of work.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
School.
Like there might be, it might just be that they never go to a happy hour or whatever. It's like that's not so strange, but you wouldn't really get married to somebody that you've never hung out
he
with outside
probably
of
told
work.
her it was like fighting or something because he used that excuse a couple times
to downplay why he was in.
Yeah.
He's like, hey babe, I'm serving out a prison sentence right now for killing a man with my bare hands for what would be heroic? Oh, kidnapping children. Kicking puppies.
There we go. So around this time, Robin and Michael were separated but not divorced, and Michael started dating Rita. And it was speculated they did end up getting married in 1989 as she started using the name Rita Swango. For Robin and Michael, the divorce was final in 1990. So he was married to two people, at least in 89.
Yeah.
Rita and Michael got divorced in 92 when Michael met a beautiful nurse.
Oh.
Seeing a pattern arise
Yeah, but
here?
why was he maybe doing this all along and we're just now talking about it because he got the law involved by marrying them?
This was just part of his life. I like
I know,
having
but
all
I
of
mean,
this
like...
on my life. But that's not anything that's really necessarily illegal. Well, kind of.
Right, but I'm saying, was he doing this all along, like jumping from woman to woman, and we didn't know it because he hadn't married one before, or did he just start this? Because this
Robin
seems like a new
was the
pattern
first
of
time
behavior.
he married somebody.
Right.
So he probably was like this.
Before, but it was just dating or whatever.
Yeah. This is when we really started to get the law
involved. Like you'd have some girlfriend in Columbus, and she doesn't even know they're broken up, and he's moved back to Quincy, and he's dating somebody else.
Probably. Like, I guess so.
Who's poisoning.
Yeah. So this is where I'm going to leave us for today.
Okay.
Because it gets way more confusing.
That is tough to believe.
And, he starts changing names and going different places.
So far...
hard to follow his career.
So far, he was a smart kid, competitive, motivated, good grades, like top of his class, went to the military, left the military to go to school, went through the SIU system, went to Columbus for his residency. That's what he was supposed to be doing.
Yes, yeah.
But he got kicked out of that.
Yes.
And then he just started kind of bouncing around. And the whole time, wherever he went, people were getting sick and or dying.
Yes. Patients were dying, and coworkers were getting sick.
Right. And now he was arrested for poisoning somebody. Who was he arrested for poisoning again?
His coworkers.
Just that.
Yeah.
That was the battery charge. Just for the coworkers. But it wasn't that he was found innocent of something else. He wasn't charged for anything else, right? You said that there wasn't enough evidence to connect him to the deaths at the Columbus hospital.
At Ohio. Not enough evidence, correct.
Okay. So far that's all he's been charged for.
Yes.
And he was convicted.
Yeah, where I'm going to leave us.
And he got married in prison.
Yes, he got married in prison.
And had a kid.
Yeah.
And then got married again.
Yes.
And then got divorced.
Yes.
And then got divorced again.
And then got divorced again, yep.
Because he met a nurse.
A beautiful nurse. So, this is all very
quite
hard.
a roller coaster.
It is. It's very hard to follow. And a lot of stuff within this goes simultaneously because it's the same pattern that we're seeing with his wives and stuff that we just got a quick glance at that goes to his medical career that we're going to get into next time. But it's all very confusing. Just a little snippet. He uses the name Daniel. He changes his name to Daniel. So now we're talking about Daniel.
Legally changes his name?
Yes.
Or he... Okay.
He legally changes his name to Daniel. And he also changes his name at least one more time. So now I have to start looking up stuff for Daniel. And then I have to start looking up for stuff about this other person.
Yeah.
And it's just this...
Yeah, that would get confusing because the police reports, the newspapers would probably
have something completely
list
different.
the current name.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure is the point.
A lot of the books and stuff, I mean, a lot of these reports all have different things in them. And, you know, my rule, three.
You need 3 corroborating articles.
And right here I have 1, 2.
You got quite a stack of paper.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 articles. All of them say the same thing, but have slightly different details.
Right, like even his birth city.
Yeah. What's correct? What detail is correct?
Find out next time.
Yeah. So.
All right, so next time.
Double O Swango, Part 2.
Stunning conclusion. The Adventures of Swango.
The Adventures of Swango is continued. So we're halfway through his medical career at this point. Because we worked our way up to 1990.
How are we halfway through his medical career when he doesn't have a license?
He's still practicing. I mean, he does have a paramedic residency. Or registration. That's a medical career.
But paramedics don't make very much, do they?
And not at that time.
Not now either, right?
They make less than a nurse, even though they do more than a nurse.
Yeah.
They make about the low end of a nurse's salary.
I mean, I'm not
about 30-something.
I'm not disparaging paramedics. I'm saying they are unfairly paid very little.
They should be paid way more than they make, but they make more than a medical assistant.
And his, like, if he's moving around a bunch and changing names and having affairs and all this stuff, like, that's expensive.
Yeah. And he worked as a paramedic in a couple of different states, but that's next time.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Swango.
Swango.